On this episode of Canine Corner, we are taking a quick trip into the future to find out how you, yes you, can use facial recognition software to help reunite people and missing pets. We are also checking in with our friend Daisy to see why she is still smiling today. And then I try my hand at answering your real doggy questions. All this and adoptable pups coming up right now on Canine Corner. Hey friends, welcome to Canine Corner, the show that guarantees to keep your dog's tail wagging. I am your host, MegaKnappster. On today's show, I am going to take you on a little trip into the future of finding your dog. That's right, I'm talking about facial recognition software. So get ready, all you tech junkies. And then I'm hitting the streets to get answers to your burning questions when it comes to your dog for this month's Q&A. But first, let's check in with our friend Daisy. You've seen her here on Canine Corner before. She is a dog deaf and blind. She was deemed unadoptable and now is living a very full life. Daisy is here with her seeing eye dog and her mom. We sat down with them to catch up on what's new. Let's take a look. At 3 months old, Daisy came to Miriam and Bruce. Daisy looked like your average pup. However, Daisy was in fact very different. This was Daisy's third home. She was scared, aggressive, didn't sleep, and wasn't responding to typical training methods. This is because Daisy is both deaf and blind.
We watched Daisy being passed through a couple of foster homes before getting to us, and those people were doing all that they knew and were doing their best to manage her, but really she shouldn't have been passed through so many homes.
Yes.
It was really, that was almost harder on her than being blind and deaf.
But Bruce and Miriam knew before they committed to taking Daisy that it would be forever.
And we were in it for life, no matter what. We weren't going to give her up. That's never an option for us.
Someone never giving up on her is exactly what Daisy needed. So Daisy, her seeing eye dog Olivia, and Miriam came out to fill me in on the latest adventures Daisy has been facing. Daisy and I are already BFFs.
You are.
She is so gorgeous and she looks happier than ever. Tell me what's going on with her.
Well, gosh, the last few years we worked on an obstacle course with her.
Wow.
It was really, oh my God, it was so sweet and so fun to watch her.
So she's been working on that, and we moved, so that for her that was a big deal. That was
Yeah.
a big change in her life. And so we just really focused on her acclimating to the new home, and now she's just a really happy, easygoing dog, full of energy, as you can tell.
Obviously her main sense is smell.
Right.
So coming into a new environment, you can imagine how exciting it is for her.
Yes.
But I want to go back to the move, because in videos that we've seen before of Daisy, getting her adjusted to the house, finding how to get around the corners and the doorways
Right.
and stairs.
Right.
What was it like? What kind of new tips and tricks did you have to teach this girl to get into the new house?
So moving was a big adjustment for her. Her old place, she knew, basically the back of the apartment to the front, it was one straight line. It was really easy. This space is a lot bigger for her.
The first week I stayed home from work, and
She basically pushed up against the front door and cried. It sounded like a baby crying.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
really, really hard.
It's got to be scary.
but it only took her about 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks she's beautiful now. She knows the space inside and out and is super happy. The key for us was Daisy always cries when she comes home.
Okay.
Most dogs tend to cry when they go somewhere new because they're excited, they get excited. Daisy doesn't do that. Daisy cries when she gets home because she loves being home. And she didn't do that in the new house for a while.
Okay.
So it took about 2 weeks, and the first time we had gone to the park and brought her back, and she started crying because it was familiar finally. It was home. And me and Bruce, my husband, almost started crying. We're like, oh my God, she finally feels that it's home. So that was a good breakthrough.
I know that you mentioned earlier Daisy had some eye surgery recently. Tell me about why she needed that procedure.
Well, we were told early on that there's a possibility the way her eyes were underdeveloped, that the lids may grow into the eyeball or eye socket. And they did, and what was strange is it just kind of happened overnight. We noticed she wasn't jumping off the furniture the way she used to, and she was getting scared and shaking a lot. It was only about a 24, 48 hour time period, and we
Wow.
brought her in, and the doctor said she needed to go in right away because she was in pain. The hardest part was the cone for her. She'll bump up against walls to determine her spatial perception.
Absolutely.
Well, the cone now comes out farther than her body or her nose. So she had to start over because where she thought the door was now a lot closer because the cone was there. It was fascinating to watch her adapt to that.
In addition to bumping up against walls, Daisy also leans on her adopted sister Olivia for guidance. I know that you guys have described Olivia as Daisy's seeing eye dog.
Yes.
Describe their relationship to me and kind of how they walk through life together.
Daisy actually pushes up against Olivia, up against her body to follow her. She'll react off of Olivia, so if Olivia becomes scared or barks, she'll respond off of that. You know, it's funny because we refer to her as, you know, Daisy's eyes and ears, but she's not we purposely didn't train her to be that. We wanted Daisy to train Olivia. And that's what we let happen. Daisy basically trained Olivia to do what she needed.
Daisy, her way of life and how she has come so far is inspiring to so many people. And it's challenged you to start new adventures in your life as well. Tell me about some of the things that you're working on because of Daisy's inspiration.
Well, the books that I wrote, of course, we take Daisy to schools. I love taking her to special needs schools for adults and kids and just teaching them about what she can do, which is pretty much everything.
Yeah.
You know, she can do everything. And you know, the one question they always ask is, can she play ball? And yes, she plays fetch.
What kind of advice would you give to someone else who was interested in adopting a special needs dog or just adopted one?
Always make sure you have some form of line of credit, that you have money, that a credit card, that when things come up like Daisy's eyes, you can't sit and wait on something like that. Also, you have to make sure that you are in it for the long haul. There isn't, just like when you have a child, you might want to give the child away sometimes, but you can't. And
not an option.
It's not an option. So what is your backup plan? Do you have dog walkers? Do you have a school or a play school the dog can go to while you're at work? Do you need those things? It's kind of the exact same things as a typical rescue. The only thing different with special needs is you do have to put in a lot more time. Bruce and I dedicated all of our downtime to Daisy so that she could learn how to climb stairs. She could learn how to go to the beach and enjoy it. She could go outside and not be scared.
And scared is something Daisy is not. The transformation she has made from day one to today is something many people thought was not possible. Miriam describes the Daisy she knows as the happiest dog in the world, the biggest cuddle bug, and the sweetest little thing. What is the main lesson that you've learned from Daisy?
Every morning that you wake up, she jumps out of bed and spins in circles because she's so happy to start her day. And I've never had an animal like that. And no matter what space we're in our lives emotionally, to come home to a dog so happy to be alive, sometimes you don't even have the words to express the joy she brings us. It's phenomenal.
For more on Daisy and to purchase Miriam's books, visit whataboutdaisy.com. If my friend Daisy doesn't inspire you to adopt and give a dog a chance at a life filled with love, then I don't know what will. And luckily, we have those dogs to showcase right now in our dog adoption segment with Noah's Bark Rescue.
This is Blossomberry. She's a 1.5 to 2-year-old lab corgi mix. She was in the back room of the shelter and she was attacked by a large animal. We had to put her through surgery and take out all the infected skin. She has some wounds that are still healing, but she's a great dog. She loves other dogs, cats, kids, and she loves walks. We feel her perfect home would be with other dogs, go on easy walks, and just relax. This is Ashby. She's right under a year. We think she's a pug border collie mix. She has the markings of a border collie and the face of a pug. When she was 8 weeks old, she was kicked in the head and she had a brain injury. We did all kinds of tests and she has no neurological issues. She loves kids. She's in a foster home full of kids. She likes other dogs, just she can't be in a home with another dominant female. And she's a great puppy. This is Luna. She's a Chihuahua Pomeranian mix. She's 1.5 years and she just had puppies. All of her puppies are getting adopted as we speak, but Luna sits here. She's a great dog. She loves everybody, cats, kids, dogs. She's just a chill dog. She just wants to sit with you on the couch. She loves walks. She's going to get spayed soon, and then she will go off to her forever home. This is Melly. She's a 12-week-old Chihuahua Terrier mix. We picked up Melly from the shelter when she was 7 weeks old. She's just over a pound. She's good with other dogs and kids, but we are not going to adopt a family with kids under 10 because of her small size. But she's a perfect little puppy. Her leg doesn't bother her. She was born with a birth defect. It's just folded, but she's a great puppy. This is Hartley. She's a 3-year-old Staffy Bull Terrier mix. She walked onto a police yard and the police were going to train her to be a police dog, but after they found out she was pregnant, they couldn't keep her. Within 48 hours, she had 8 puppies in our foster's home, and all of the puppies have been adopted. She loves kids, and she's just waiting for her forever home.
This is Magoo. He's a 1-year-old spaniel mix. He was dumped at the shelter by a drug addict who physically tortured him. He left him at the shelter just to be euthanized. Luckily, Noah's Bark came and rescued him. He was born without any eyes, so it would take him a while to get used to his area. So far, he's good with dogs, cats, and he's looking for his forever home.
This is Brandy. She's a 2- to 3-year-old spaniel mix. She was found as a stray and was at the shelter for 3 months. When we heard about her, that she was there so long, we picked her up, and she's learning to trust people again. She loves other dogs, and she would do best at the home with older children and no small children.
If you want to make one of these cuties a part of your family, email the rescue at noahsbarkdogs@yahoo.com. Everyone sent in really cute pictures of them and their dogs this month, and it makes my job really hard of just choosing one, but I had to do it, and let's take a look at this month's favorite viewer photo. This month's favorite viewer photo is of Charlotte. Charlotte was adopted from Take Me Home Rescue by her new mom, Cole. Talk about a cute couple of girls. Way to go, you two. If you want to see your pup on Canine Corner, send me their picture. Find and like us at facebook.com/caninecornertv. All right, guys, I am here with my new friend Rush, and I just grabbed him from his owner, and of course I am going to give him back. But can you imagine if you actually did lose your dog? It is an owner's worst nightmare. So when we come back from a quick break, I'm going to tell you guys how we are using facial recognition software to reunite owners with their lost dogs. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Right?
What about my privacy?
It's protected.
And the music I listen to. Protected.
What about how I wear my hair?
And the things I say and write?
The Constitution protects your rights.
It isn't an old, fading piece of paper.
It's a living document.
The Constitution says there are 3 branches of government.
So we're kind of like the 4th branch of government.
We are the future of America.
Find out how you can become part of Constitution Day.
For me.
For all. For real.
Go to aclu.org/Constitution Day.
John grew up as an only child. Without the company of a sibling around, he says he considered his dog to be not only his best friend, but his brother.
It's been a love affair with dogs my whole life.
This love affair has extended to the present day. Like most pet owners, John would do anything to keep his dog safe. But even when taking all the necessary precautions, your dog can still go missing.
I was sitting in a coffee shop with my wife, and I saw a lost dog poster. And it brought back these terrible memories of this dog we had lost, Harley. And our kids in the back seat, crying, driving around the neighborhood, putting posters up all over the neighborhood, knocking door to door. And I just thought, God, there's got to be a better way than what we're doing.
And this better way is exactly what John invented with Finding Rover, a free smartphone application that uses facial recognition software to help people find missing pets.
I thought, well, if they have facial recognition for people, why couldn't we do it for dogs? First 3 months that we've started, we've got 30,000 dogs registered almost, close to 30,000, and we've already found 170.
In order to find more dogs, Finding Rover is encouraging everyone to download the app and register their dogs. Just in case they do get lost, the search to find them can start with the touch of a button.
The key is to register your dog right away. Just like you would get a chip before you would lose your dog, we'd want you to register your dog with Finding Rover before you lost it. And I tell everybody this app is just as important for people that don't own dogs though, because anyone that doesn't own a dog can help find somebody's dog by just taking a picture of it. Once you post your dog lost, a push notification goes out to everybody within 10 miles that has the app, says, hey, one of our members has lost their dog, please look out for it. And so if somebody finds a dog, let's say we're here in the park and somebody finds a dog, they do the exact same thing. They just take a picture of the dog and then it matches every dog in the area that's been reported lost against this dog and then matches it. And it doesn't